I'm Miles Carter, and I'm here to speak out loud what you've been carrying in silence. It was supposed to be a simple rental, a short-term apartment. I signed the deal over messages, transferred the money, then I arrived, and the door stayed closed. My name is Miles Carter, and this is the story of how I was left alone in a city I didn't know. No place to stay, no backup, no one picking up the phone. I moved to the city for work, temporary gig, nothing fancy, just enough to keep me busy and pay rent. I didn't know anyone here, didn't have time to visit the place first. So, like an idiot, I trusted the photos. Clean apartment, decent price. Guy in the chat sounded normal, friendly even, sent me the lease, a few pictures. I wanted to believe it. I needed to believe it. So I sent the money, first month deposit. He even said, "Welcome to the city, bro." And that was it. I packed my bag and left. One suitcase, one address, one plan. I got there late, cold air, empty street. The door buzzer didn't work. I called, no answer. Then I checked the messages again. And that's when I saw it. This user is no longer available. That sinking feeling. Like the ground just disappears. At first, I thought this is temporary. One night, maybe two. The subway hummed around me like a giant hive, but there was no warmth in it. No care. I hid my face in a hood, chewed on a cold piece of bread, stared at the ceiling, and thought, does anyone notice I'm gone? Sometimes others sat nearby, same empty eyes, tired of everything. We didn't speak. We were ghosts between trains. I tried to find a place. Messaged, called, messaged again. The replies were either too expensive or just silence. And suddenly it hit me. When you have no address, you're not a person. You're an error, problem, a stain. I understood that the moment. A subway guard asked me to not stay too long on one platform. It wasn't even rude. Just calm, like I wasn't a person. Just trash to be blown away. I started waking up from the cold. Not from an alarm, not from fear. Just because my body had frozen. Each morning without a plan, without a goal. Just wake up and look again. Where can I sit? Where is it warm? Where won't they kick me out? One day I sat on a park bench. People passed by holding coffee, wearing headphones, living lives. And I felt like I was behind glass, watching, not part of it. Then a leaf fell nearby, yellow, curled. And I thought, it's just like me, blown away, not flying anywhere, just fallen. And somehow, in that exact moment, I felt something alive again for the first time in days. I wanted to be human again. I wanted to get out. Sometimes to get out, you don't need a light at the end of the tunnel. You just need to not want to die in the dark. I walked into the nearest store, asked if they had any work. The guy behind the counter didn't answer, just pointed to a board full of notes on the wall. I didn't have hope. I was just moving on autopilot. But one flyer stood out. Night cleaner needed. No experience. Cash paid. I called. A voice on the other end asked, "You sure you're not afraid of dirt?" I said, "No, I already live in it." An hour later, I was in the basement of an old building. It smelled like mold and metal. They handed me gloves and a mop. Didn't ask my name. Didn't ask for ID. And suddenly I realized, this is rock bottom. But even the bottom is solid. You can push off from it. I didn't become stronger. I didn't become smarter. And I definitely didn't become happy. I just didn't give up. Every night I scrubbed basement floors, then rode the subway again, sat in the last car, and fell asleep to the hum of motion. I was still sleeping sitting up, still surviving on random bread. But inside, something had shifted. I stopped waiting for someone to save me. I realized, if I'm getting out, it'll be on my own. And maybe you're going through something hard right now too. Maybe you feel like you're no one. But listen, you are. And even from zero, you can begin. I'm not sharing this to complain. I'm sharing it so you're not alone. My name is Miles Carter, and I'm still here. Not a hero, not a winner, but alive. And if I could take a step, then so can you. Thanks for listening. I needed to say it. Maybe you needed to hear it.